Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, guys? It is D-Dun here, the most chill COD player. I have a very special gameplay for you guys. This is my first nuclear on Black Ops 3, believe it or not. I thought I would probably get one before this, but regardless, I'm still really happy that I got it. And actually, looking back at this gameplay, I just played really smart. I played aggressive when I needed to. I flanked when I needed to. I predicted well where the enemies were going to spawn, where they were going to be, and worked out for me. I'm using the XR2, which is another thing that I never thought that I would get is a is a nuclear with an XR2, one of the weaker guns here in Black Ops 3. But in hardcore, this thing is an absolute monster. It's a guaranteed one burst every single time, and as you can see right here, I got my RK5 secondary pistol, which is also a one burst kill a good majority of the time. As you can see right there, XR2 can take out multiple enemies really quick, even though it is a burst rifle. But like I said, guys, I just played this really smart. I go 71-4 and end up on a 37 gun streak at the end of the game. So I'm pretty confident that you guys will enjoy this gameplay in the background. But right now, we got some big news to talk about. If you haven't heard, they have there is a source who is, look at this awful aim. How did I get a nuclear with aim like that? Oh man. But anyway, so in case you haven't heard, big news came out about Call of Duty 2016. You're probably thinking like me, why are we already talking about this? Surely there is no real information out there. Well, to be honest, friends, there is. So the leak, his name is like Shinobi 123 or something like that, and basically he's got the inside track with a lot of developers with a lot of information. And this guy actually predicted Black Ops 3. He predicted the specialist. He predicted wall running, and at the time, whenever we heard about wall running and Destiny like supers, a lot of people were really skeptical, and it turned out that what he had to say was in fact very, very true, as you guys all know by now. So even though we have to take this information with a grain of salt because it's not confirmed from Infinity Ward, it's a very strong bet that what he says is true. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. What did he say? Well, my friends, it would appear that Call of Duty 2016, the next Call of Duty developed by Infinity Ward, is going to be set in outer space. Now, some of you are probably really giddy about this, and some of you guys are probably face-palming. Me, honestly, I'm really up in the air. You guys know that I like to keep my channel real positive, that that I like to not, gripe and moan too much. And, I'm really proud of that fact. I think my channel is pretty positive. I try not to just sit here and make video after video bashing on the game nonstop. Even though every Call of Duty has its problems, each one also has a lot of redeeming factors to it. So, with that being said, it's I have mixed emotions about Call of Duty being set in space. I'm just really not too sure about it, to be honest. A lot of people are speculating, of course, that being set that far into the future, that we're going to have another advanced warfare-like situation where the movement mechanics are just out of this world, and it's just, super fast-paced wall running and double jumps and stuff like that. That information has not been released or speculated at, but personally, I think that it could be an opportunity for the game to go back to boots on the ground, which I know sounds really crazy and something that's really speculative, and to be honest it is, but I mean, just because it's set in space doesn't mean that it has to be really jumpy and airy. It could be just like Black Ops 3 with these real floaty style of double jumps and maybe a little bit of wall running. But I don't think that they would make the same mistake of going to an advanced warfare style, just because that game was not received well from the community, and it could just have been the skill-based matchmaking. But I think a lot of the problems that people had with it was the movement mechanics, and it was just a little bit too much for Call of Duty. Me personally, I would like to see Call of Duty go back to boots on the ground. I think whenever you have that, it just makes the game just a little bit more predictable, a little bit more easy to manage. And I think it's where Call of Duty started, and it's kind of the niche that Call of Duty has. Call of Duty, I don't think really needs to compete with games like Destiny and Halo and stuff like that. Of course it needs to compete, but I think it should just stay the leader and like a modern military-esque shooter. And as you can see right there, I just got the nuclear and I paused. I actually jumped out of my chair when I saw the nuclear medal because I actually had not been looking at my medals at all. I had no idea I was that close. But there you go, guys, the nuclear. So anyway, like I was saying, I just have mixed emotions, but I think it still could be an opportunity for, boots on the ground, or, a game like Black Ops 3. I don't think that it has to have super intricate movement just because it's set into the future. But we'll see. I've never actually played Destiny, but from the gameplay I've seen, it's kind of like Black Ops 3 with, really floaty movement mechanics. So I would expect that, but I would really like, Activision to try and bring it back down to a more natural, more comfortable setting. I think that would go over well with a lot of the seasoned veterans of Call of Duty, which, if you want to capture a demographic, I feel like that would be a really good way to do it. Keeping it boots on the ground, or at least relatively slow, like Black Ops 3, I think would appeal well to the people who've been playing Call of Duty for a really long time, and people who have been really frustrated with the past few Call of Duties and the movement mechanics, and thinking that it's, going too far away from what Call of Duty used to be, which I totally get that. I really do. But it would appear that right now we just don't know. And like I said, I think, if they just kept it boots on the ground, which they can, just because it's set in space doesn't mean you have to have crazy movement mechanics. You could keep it boots on the ground, which would appeal to the veteran players, and you could also have it set in the future, which would appeal to a lot of the younger, newer crowd of Call of Duty who maybe just started in Advanced Warfare, and that's kind of what they're used to. So I think that would be a good way to go. We don't know for sure, but like I said, this guy is a credible source, so I would plan on Call of Duty being set far into the future and into space. And as we get more information, of course, we'll talk about it. I would love to get your guys' input down in the comments section. Of course, you can always follow me at Twitter, and we can discuss it there. The link is in the description. But if you enjoyed this video, a like rating is, of course, always appreciated. If you hated it, then that's fine. You can dislike it and leave me a comment why, so I know how to improve my content in the future. And if you are new to my channel and you enjoy my content, a subscription is always appreciated. Again, I'd love to get your guys' thoughts on the speculation of Call of Duty set in space. Do you think it will be boots on the ground? Do you think it'll be another Advanced Warfare type movement system? We'll see. But again, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.